Good to go. All right, first map, Tourmaline Desert. And back to you, Ben and Mike.
We are back. Possibly the last round of MechWarrior Online World Championship 2017. Eon Synergy, obviously this is it for them.
Yeah.
They got to win it here if they want a chance. At this point, they need to win 6 drops total if they want to come away with the first place. But we are, of course, in that best of 5. They got to make it through this first.
Yeah, and this is their last chance, really, to make a stand. They do have another round if they can beat Imperial in this first round here. But if they're unable to do so, Imperial's going to take home the championship again.
They did manage to take a drop off of Imperial with that cap strat, but even still took heavy losses in the process.
Yeah.
They've had some opportunity now after playing 228. They're nice and warmed up by now, and we'll see if they can take that into Imperial and maybe come out with a little bit more or just enough to get them into round 5.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we did see Imperial and Eon Synergy play earlier tonight. They did take a drop off of them, which is no small feat considering that up to that point, Imperial hadn't lost in the 2017 MechWarrior Online Championships at all in the qualifiers, semifinals, and the final rounds. So that's a big deal, but they're going to need more than one win tonight.
Absolutely. Of course, we just saw Blackwatch, 228 Blackwatch just got eliminated from the tournament. They are taking 3rd place on this one. We were hoping to see a nice tight game on that one, but unfortunately things kind of fell apart there on Polar Highlands. My opinion anyways is that they just really wanted to go play Mech 5.
I can't really blame them after seeing all the MechWarrior 5 stuff we saw earlier tonight. I mean, it's pretty awesome. But I think we're back to reality a little bit. No more Polar Highlands. Here we are in Tourmaline Desert again. We've seen this map plenty of times. We've seen Eon and we've seen Imperial play each other on this map. And we're back at it. And we're going to get started here soon once these teams are readied up.
And looks like it's a good time to get into drop 1 at Tourmaline Desert. Here we go.
Jumping right on in, drop 1, Imperial versus Eon Synergy. The second time tonight.
So Eon Synergy obviously getting into a lot of meetings there in their green room, probably going over some strategies, see if they're able to pull off a win here. They have been occasionally out-trading Imperial in some of these engagements, but then just getting outmaneuvered, and it kind of falls apart from there. They just have to really play a complete game. If they can play a complete game, start to finish, they can come away with a win.
I think ultimately they have to keep telling themselves, you know, we beat these guys before. They didn't win the round, obviously, but they took a drop off of them. It's not impossible to do so. They just need to bring their A game, and they need to play as best as they possibly can to have a chance against these guys.
All right, here we go. Drop ships are coming in. Let's take a look. All right, we are on Eon Synergy side. Looks like we've got Summoner, Hunchback 2C, Wolfhound, Hunchback 2C. Their standard builds, standard decks. Zealotblocks hanging around by that Alpha Lance position. He might get some early trades in.
Once again, we have Proton in that Dragon 5N. He's been playing it all night, and he's been doing very well in it. Definitely an unusual mech to see, but he's been effective in it. You know, if there's any player who's going to be effective in a mech, it'll be Proton.
Absolutely. He did take some nasty hits there on that peak, mostly spread throughout the entirety of his mech, but 92%, just the fire rate of that gun and the mobility of this mech. It is a quick little mech, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. In the meantime, Eon Synergy being pretty aggressive, going up with the red goes to faster, grabbing Theta Cap right off the bat. That's a good move if they can grab it and then defend it for the rest of the game. It's pretty valuable to hold that cap point.
So this is the same kind of spread we've seen from Imperial. They tend to just continue, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep doing the same thing, and nobody can seem to counter it. So they're right back into putting people back in their predictable positions, but it just seems to work for them so well.
Yeah, although so far it looks like damage-wise, Eon Synergy is up a little bit on the trades. Imperial has moved the same mechs to the same spot every time on this map tonight. You gotta wonder if Eon Synergy has figured that out a little bit. We saw Proton take a little bit of damage. Bowser up top on Overwatch took a little bit of damage as well.
Yeah, one thing I am tracking here, it looks like we have a little bit of a movement from Imperial. They are moving towards that Kappa region. Looks like they want to see if they can pick up that 3 cap or maybe even catch one of the light mechs unaware.
And there's
Nova in a Commando
Yeah.
1D.
A very unusual light mech choice. The red goes to
Didn't
faster.
even see
It's
that.
over there.
He's so quick I can't even click on him. 2 SRM4, 2 Flamer for Nova in the Commando 1D.
And this is really playing out the way, for the most part, that we've seen earlier in the night, except for that light action. Lizzie and the Battlemaster in the usual position by the ring. We've got Bowser Overwatch over stage, and we've got a couple of light mechs. It looks like Aurora and the Arctic Cheetah going high side again. Qbert and Zeliglock over in the backfield. They're going to have that Arctic Cheetah coming around the corner in a minute, but he's alone.
So it looks like they spotted that Huntsman and Commando. They are pulling out, giving up Kappa. So 3 cap rolling in favor of Eon Synergy. Not bad on the map control here. Hasn't really been a threat over Theta yet. If there is, will they be able to stop it? If they can't, that could switch it right back 3-2 in favor of EMP. But lots of damage going back and forth. Both teams have mechs that are pretty equally damaged.
And I like this move by Lizzie and Colonel O'Neill at the ring right now. They've kind of backed off a little bit, not pushing around the side, which is basically taking Bowser out of the fight in that Warhawk.
Proton dodging airstrikes like crazy. Down to 75% though. He's been trading pretty aggressively, but he's kind of paying for it as well. Looks like they've pulled Nova all the way back around. And looks like they're trying some sort of movement here up the right
there's
side,
one
maybe
mech
for
that can go all
Theta.
the way around the map. I guess it's the Commando.
Yeah, he is a very, very fast mech, and it looks like he's been spotted. He was moving up towards Theta, and they counter him already. They even put a strike down. That was actually an
you
EMP
hit
strike.
Durred on that strike, and it was pretty good foresight there to imagine that Durred was going to move up to Theta and get the strike on him.
So most of the EMP mechs now operating around the backside of that Alpha Lance spawn position here. I can't imagine they're going to stick around for too much longer. Oh, a nice airstrike right across Twinkie Overlord, taking him down to 77%. Both teams still relatively equal on the damage. It's hard to really call anything at this point. Proton with a pretty nasty peek there. He is able to save the arm.
And they are trying to strike Qbert out. EMP right now dropping a couple strikes on that Hunchback 2C.
Twinkie stepping out. Looks like he's going to do a bit of a power position. They're just trying to get everybody's head down, and they are able to do that. But a nice strike right over the top of Braddock. He got beat up pretty hard. Proton running up, trying to get up to the top of this hill here, down to 51%. He is actually cored out CT. One good, well-placed shot could potentially take him down. Twinkie Overlord down to 38%. He gets legged in that Marauder 2C. Left torso wide open, right torso
really
is open
aggressive
as well.
light engagement as well. Selith and Nova pushing hard around the corner. They've got a lot of mechs at the ring.
Their assaults are not doing too well. Nice airstrike right across the Battlemaster and the Wolfhound. This aggression on this left side is going to be needed to be able to pull this off. Here comes that Commando.
And the Commando's using Flamers. That's going to be pretty effective against that Battlemaster, but he's out in the open. It's going to take a lot of damage.
Oh,
and
he
hit
walks
that
right back around and strike,
him.
and he gets legged. Nova is legged in the Commando. He's not fast anymore, down to 26%, and he gets taken down. Selith right next to him is also legged in that Huntsman. He gets killed by Colonel O'Neill. 2 dead now for EMP. Lots of damage on both sides. Proton looks like he's pushing up, but he is wide out in the open, getting pelted by
Proton's in the
PPCs.
danger zone, and he's wide open.
He is able to kind of add his own suppressing fire, but there we got a combo shot in. Colonel O'Neill helping, taking down Proton. 3 dead now for Imperial. Aurora moving in, trying to stop the cap on Theta, or at least stop the Hardock on Theta, but he's in 2v1, down to 60%, and he is getting hit hard. Drops down into pit, but that was a very risky move, and it didn't really seem to pay off.
And this
Tickets are really heavily in
Twinkie
favor
finally
of
gets a kill on Cubert, but yeah, tickets in favor of Eon Synergy, the mechs in favor of Eon Synergy. This is going to be tough for Imperial to come back from this. I don't
Looks
know
like
if they
Aurara's
can.
legged. 41%. He is going to be going down shortly. He's putting whatever he can into
he's
Zealot
still
Block to
staying
try
alive.
and take somebody out, but Lizzie
Does
is able
go
to take him
down.
down. 4 dead now for Imperial. Now they're going in hard around the corner. Twinkie down to 22%, Radek at 29. Chico takes out Radek. Twinkie's down to 19%. He gets killed. 2 remaining for Imperial. Only 1 dead and a lot of really hurt mechs for Eon Synergy. Solitude
shuts down.
shuts down to 35%. He gets taken down. Last one remaining is Bowser. Tickets still in favor of Eon Synergy.
And this game's over.
One-shot CT Bowser. Wow, what a flip on that. Eon Synergy looking kind of like EMP there.
Yeah, that
Keeping
was
their mechs
convincing.
alive. Look at 66-38. Bowser does land a kill on Legolas. Lizzie's trying to get that last shot into the CT. Good twisting there. Is he able to put the... Oh, but Colonel comes in,
Colonel O'Neill right
spoils the fun.
behind.
Look at the damage, though. 66, 25, 22, 35. Hardock at 79 doing fine, but 50 for Chico. Keeping those mechs alive, absolutely key. But first drop, Eon Synergy coming away with a win.
And that was a pretty convincing win. That wasn't just a cap win. They had the cap points, but that was, frankly, an out-trade win. They played better in the map control game. They played better in the trading game there, and that's very rare that you see that happen to Imperial. But Eon Synergy coming on strong in that first drop. 5 more to go, and they take home first place.
Very, very respectable damage from both teams, though. 712 coming out of Bowser, but a lot of people over 300 damage. Nova in that commando just was not able to really contribute. He was
Yeah.
very fast, but then I believe he got legged by an airstrike.
He did.
He
but
ran back around, went
he
through an
came around the
airstrike and
corner,
got legged.
but took a lot of damage running through the middle of the team.
did.
He had flamers, so I think he was trying to tie up some of those mechs. I don't know if they realized just how many Eon Synergy mechs had firing lines on that commando when he came around the corner. He's probably hoping for 1 or 2 mechs to be around the corner. Instead, there were like 4 or 5, and he just got pounded on that move.
At that point, Twinkie wasn't doing too hot. That right flank was starting to really get shredded down. They probably made the call of somebody do something, and they made that push around, tried to do whatever they could. Just wasn't enough. But 2 more to go at least for Eon Synergy if they want to keep this one alive.
Yeah.
Let's go to Darren. Let's see what map we're going to be playing on next.